What's the absolute worst red flag you've ever encountered on a first date? 1. She had told me she had a rough week when we were texting and that she'd tell me more about it on our date. Date started out fine, little banter back and forth. Then I asked, "Oh, so what's been going on this week?" She then tells me that her husband, who she hadn't mentioned before but is separating from, was yelling at her all week because she is trying to get full custody of their kid, who she also had not mentioned before. And so to get back at him, she cut herself while in the bathtub and pretended to be dead so that her husband would come in and find her and be traumatized. But instead, her kid was the one who found her. So now she's likely losing custody of the kid. We were about a half-mile into a 5-mile hike. And that is why I do drinks, coffee as a first date from now on. 2. We went to dinner, then stopped at a cookie place for dessert for a first date. He asked for a peanut butter cookie and the worker asked, "Plain peanut butter or Reese's?" He got angry and asked what the difference was and genuinely started raising his voice, asking, "Why the fuck do you have two options that are the same thing?" in an angry tone. I explained that one has chocolate while the other doesn't. The cookies aren't important. Getting angry and aggressive at someone for simply doing their job is a huge red flag. There wasn't a second date. 3. Showed up drunk, bragged about fucking his best friend's fiancée behind his buddy's back, but also was the victim of every terrible woman he'd ever met. I turned him down kindly over text and then blocked him when he blew up my phone. Security at my work had to remove him twice over the next month. 4. There were a number of them, but by far the biggest and the most memorable was screaming at the server that, by God, he was going to bring her the tiramisu she ordered. Tiramisu wasn't on the menu, never had been. She was somehow convinced it was. 5. So like I'm happy you work and go to school and all, but I believe women should make the home, so if this starts to become serious, you are probably gonna have to stop. Say less. 6. His ex-girlfriend showed up at the same restaurant that we did, and when I got up to go to the restroom, I came back, and he wasn't at the table. I caught him over in the next room at the bar talking to her. I just got my stuff and called for an Uber. Crazy. 7. Oh, I have a few of these. I'll go with my top 2. One came over. I had to rent the movie that he picked out, which was a C-rated movie at best and sucked horribly. I had to pay for the pizza. Then he tried his level best to get me to have sex with him. He lost his glasses in my bedroom and needed help finding them. Turn on the light and you will find them. When he finally left, I went to my bathroom where I promptly had to wait to PBC. He had peed all over the bathroom. I'm assuming out of anger I wouldn't sleep with him. The second one was a guy who was divorced and talked incessantly about his divorce. Dude had to file for bankruptcy. He spent more on the lawyer than they had in assets. Then, when he filed for bankruptcy, he argued, and won eventually, the right to keep his $15K motorcycle that he was still paying on, plus his expensive truck he was still paying on. He complained how he had no money. He wasn't happy with me when I asked him why he didn't sell both the truck and motorcycle to get some